What is good, y'all? Sean the Smooth Game Man back with yet another anime review video. I have teased this in my community tab. You guys seem to want me to do it, which is great. You guys also wanted me to include every video be their own anime review. And so what I'm going to be doing is kind of catching you guys up on all the anime that I have finished or completed or got up to date with, if they're not finished animes. And there's about 14 or so animes like that, right? So we're going to be getting all the way through all these animes first for you guys, and then obviously getting more into more of the anime news, because I want to get them when they drop. Like, I want to be able to talk about the Demon Slayer movie when it drops, because I'm going to go see it. I want to talk about new like Windbreaker season 2 just finished up. I'd love to be able to hop on that right now. I want to finish this stuff first before we get to the new stuff. You know, Kaiju number 8 season 2 just dropped or just started. I want to be able to talk about it when it ends, and just different stuff like that, or different big things that happen in a video. I want to hop on here and make a video for you guys really quick. So to be able to do that, I'm going to be getting through that. And I have actually something I don't do too often: notes. Anthony clapping. And so you guys can kind of get a full list of the animes that I'll be covering. This is a full list of every anime that I've finished. So starting off with the animes that I've already finished and already made a review for on the channel, there is a playlist for these: Naruto, Chainsaw Man, Boruto, Attack on Titan, Haikyuu, JJK, and Demon Slayer. Those are the ones I've already made videos on, and I'm fully caught up to. The ones that I have actually finished that we'll be doing videos on here, man: Fullmetal, Plunderer, Demon King Academy, Kuroko's Basketball, Promise Neverland, Black Clover, My Hero Academia, Golden Boy, Boring World. I forgot the full name of it, but it's like Boring World. I actually forgot like the full name of it. I'll include the full names when we do the video. Just know it starts with Boring World. Life Lessons with Oni-san, Dan Kaiju number 8, Buchikiri, Nana, Monster Mizumi, Valkyrie Drive, Mermaid, Solo Leveling, and Girl Bravo. Yes, I've been put on some of these. As you guys can tell, this is not my normal setup. This is not be what every video is done in, and these are not mine. But they're dope posters, aren't they not? This is dope background. That's what I want my background to look like. But we'll wait till we get ourselves a more official house and I can actually put stuff on the wall without, you know, the landlords getting on you. But no, for real though. So today what we're gonna be talking about is Fullmetal Alchemy. Fullmetal Alchemy. Because for me, this is an anime that's, and this is kind of how the video is going to go. I'm just basically kind of got to give my opinions and my takes on the video, give you guys a brief overview of them. I'm sure you guys have already seen them, but kind of just my thought process on the anime, where I see it as, what I would give it, and maybe, just maybe one day I'll actually rank these and put them into a ranking, give you guys my top 5 watch. Right now I do not have them in that kind of ranking order, so I just kind of started with this one. This is one of the first ones I fully finished about a year ago. And basically, you guys know Ed, Alphonse, they're basically going to track down a philosopher's stones because they want to be the best in alchemy. Alchemy is just the ability of giving exchange, being able to give something to turn something into something. So some have fire, the ability to transport dirt from dirt to flames. Turn, like Ed does, his arm to a piece of metal that he could use as a weapon. Alphonse, his whole body. They're able to transmute these different things with transmutation circles, or if you do some of the stuff that you're not supposed to do, which is human experimentation with the philosophers, is basically get the ability to not have to use a circle. Just kind of like circle that you would either write on to a piece of equipment, so you always have one, so you don't have to just draw it on the dirt, but drawing it into the dirt, drawing it on your body, drawing it on a sheet of paper, just something that you can draw this transmutation circle on so that you can transmute, right? And so they go through this whole thing trying to find it. Plot twist at the end ends up being that their dad, who abandoned them and left them with their mom ends up dying. They try to bring her back. That's how they're able to get so powerful, because they try to bring her back when they're not supposed to. They end up finding their dad, who went off because he's actually helping out or working with the lead antagonist on this. Well, really not working with, he's part of the lead antagonist, and then is trying to redo his work by kind of traveling the globe and getting more powerful. And he ends up coming back for the final battle to take down the biggest bad of the anime. And then as far as I'm understanding, like the different names of them all end up being the 7 deadly sins. You got greed, gluttony, wrath, pride, lust, sloth, envy. And they're kind of like, they call them homunculus. They're basically human monsters. That's the best way I'm gonna put it. Human monster. I'm not really sure if it really kind of broke down what they were in the show. Now, obviously, this is not the take of a man that is an all-knowing expert on Fullmetal Alchemist. These are just my opinions. So now we kind of got the groundwork laid down for what's going on. There's obviously this big war that's kind of going on where the city that they're living in is trying to take over surrounding areas. One of those being the Ishvalans. That's where you kind of meet this main character, Scar, who ends up hating alchemy, but they have a different way of transmuting that is just as powerful and kind of takes away the need to do like transmutation circles and stuff like that. And it's mostly about destroying more so than creating. But as his character development grows, he actually learns more about the creating side and giving into that. The only reason he was against it is because he was against alchemy, because it killed his brother and his family. But he finally gave into it and ends up saving the world, or helping save the world with it. And as far as an overall anime, if you're looking for one that is about action, that has great fight scenes, go watch that anime. Now, obviously, the animation is not like what we're seeing today now with like Soul Leveling and all that stuff. It is an older school anime. It's got older school animation, but it's still good. Like, it's not like there's never any scenes there where I'm looking at this like, bro, who animated this? Who did something with this? It is a very cool anime that has plenty of fight scenes that honestly really kind of draw you more and more into the story. There are clips against, people getting their get back for fallen friends and family, which you really love. If you want a get back scene, I'm sure you probably have all seen it. The clip of his name is Roy Mustang, one of the generals, captains, whatever he's called, snapping his fingers and just burning one of the homunculi alive. And that one was, that was Envy. I want to say, yeah, that was Envy that he was just destroying. Like, everybody's seen that clip everywhere, but the lead into that scene, or why that scene is so important, bro, the fact that not knowing that same exact one was the one that killed his best friend, left his best friend's wife and daughter alone by themselves, and that was just somebody he counted on to take him to the top and help him get to the top that he thought he would have forever. And he's just such a fun-loving character. You will never expect who it is to pass. Like, if you plan on watching, you haven't seen it already, I'm not going to spoil like who it is in the show, his name, but if you have not seen it yet, like, he's such a fun-loving character, you would not expect it at all. Then he goes, you have one of the saddest crying scenes in all of anime. Hey, it's such a bad day for Rain, and it just leads into that fight that honestly, it's more than just the snapping, it's the whole fight. You're just sitting there just like, you're cheering, you're rooting for, you're like, yes, everything that he's doing, you're just like, bro, you deserve this. Get every bit of get back that you need, every single attack that you need. I don't even want somebody to come up and pull him off. I don't even want you to go to the main fight. Stay right there and keep whooping. Like, just keep killing, because they keep regenerating, which is terrible for her part, the Envy part, because she's just feeling all this pain the whole time while having to regenerate and get it right back again. And he's just loving every second of it, bro. And the whole fight is crazy. He ends up doing one of the things you're not supposed to do, illegal things, and losing something precious to him. Like, when you do that illegal thing, you lose something. So Ed lost his arm, Alphonse lost his entire body, Roy loses something. I'm not going to spoil what it is. It was pretty sad to see it done, but then he ends up getting it back at the end too as well. Like, everybody ends up getting their stuff back, and everything kind of just turns back into like normal life if they kind of defeat the biggest bad, which is what you typically see happen. You defeat the bad guy, everything kind of goes back to being good, and everything gets kind of fixed up. So it's kind of like Naruto when they defeated Pain and everybody gets brought back to life that you thought was dead. Similar situation. But everybody's on the path for these stones, because these stones give you immense amount of power, and the only way to get these, from what I'm understanding, is by basically killing a lot of innocents. The more people get killed and blood gets spilled, they get turned into a philosopher's stone, which then you can import into your body, and boom, you are one of the strongest people. Immediately jump up to the top 5. You could be the weakest person with that, you jump immediately to the top 5 strongest people in the universe. That's how strong this stone is. And the biggest bad of the show, he's trying to get this stone, and they call him Father. Father's trying to get this stone into him, so that way nobody can basically touch him anymore, and he can know all the secrets of the world. And it's just, honestly, like I said, it's such a crazy whirlwind. It's not too crazy with the plot twist, so you're not going to be sitting there thinking you're watching a mystery. It's not way out there with emotion. Now, there are a couple of scenes in there which I almost shed a tear, I'm not going to lie. But it wasn't like too heavily emotional. You're not going to be sitting there boo-hooing every 5 to 10 episodes. This is going to be a couple hard-hitting moments because you developed a strong connection with them. So as far as character growth and development and connection, they do a great job of storytelling that and getting you connected to the characters throughout the whole anime and kind of keeping you engaged. It doesn't get boring throughout the anime. There are a couple of like episodes you would consider filler, but every episode just about has some level of importance to the end, to where it's going to make you want to watch. You're going to want to finish the episode. You're not going to want to skip to the next episode. You're not going to want to get to the next fight scene. The build up moments, the downtime between fights, the learning of how the universe and world works and operates. They're just perfect all the way throughout. So me personally, as far as animes go, if I had to scale this one on a scale of 0 to 10, I would say give me an 8.7. Give me an 8.7 out of 10. I think there were still some things that could have been done a little bit better. There was a little bit too much downtime in between. There's some loose ends that didn't necessarily all the way kind of get tied up. Like, first of all, how did Wrath, he's the one leading the main I guess you say military fighting force. How did he get to that position? How long has he been fighting undercover to get that role? And he still has a family and everything that wants to live and protect and serve underneath him. And like, how did he get to that point? They kind of introduced Sloth in, I feel like, kind of lazily, just kind of saying that he was just been underground digging a tunnel for thousands and thousands of years, and he's been down there working, basically. Like, he just thrown in at the end. Gluttony, lust, and envy are pretty much who you see majority through the whole thing. Pride, I like Pride's development. How Pride honestly kind of converges over to the good side after a while. He actually kind of not necessarily that he goes to the good side. He like conjoins with a human, and the human will overpowers him, and he turns good, kind of in that sense. So that to me was a pretty crazy twist. But also, it's kind of like, how are you overpowering one of these? If it was that easy, why aren't more people, kind of getting these, kind of getting these deals done, kind of move in and, taking over the mindset of them and taking their power and using it as theirs? It's kind of like one of those things. They did kind of have like an equal exchange rule, like he was letting Pride do something for him in return for getting power to go back to his kingdom and take over as the king. So it was kind of a give and take here and there. And you kind of see the guy that turns into Pride has a character development moment too, because honestly, he's, I would say, even kind of evil at the beginning, like kind of at least an enemy, and then he kind of turns into more friendly through his character development. But his character development was so quick because he was introduced so late. So but yeah, that's just my overall thoughts on the anime. Like, I really did enjoy it. I definitely do see how they have a huge fan base for them. I mean, I rocked with it all the way throughout. I loved it immensely. I would definitely recommend it. If somebody was to come to me and ask me like, hey, what's an old school anime that has some action into it, I would say go watch that one. If you want to just watch an anime for action and fighting in general, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for more like power fighting, like they have powers, they have things that they're doing, then yes, I would recommend Fullmetal Alchemist. If you're just looking for straight hands, nah, I'm not saying go watch Fullmetal Alchemist. They got hands in there, don't get me wrong, but it's not about the hands. So I wouldn't say go watch it if you're just looking for hands. So that's just about everything that I could say. As far as pros, cons to it, like I said, obviously it's an older school anime, so it's not as polished with the animation as it needs to. Some of the storylines isn't flushed out as it possibly could be. It was already long, but maybe if it could have run longer, could have really stretched out and like explained more topics, or had more time to build in different things, or slow down drastic character development. Because I ain't gonna lie, there's a part in there I thought Mustang might be evil for a little bit. They kind of switched that up quickly. Like, oh boy, there was a time in there I thought he was about to take over everything. But let me know what you guys think of it down below. If you guys have watched Fullmetal Alchemist, do you guys kind of agree with some of my takes? Let's chop it up down below. Let's just talk about the anime down below. So we got more reviews. This is kind of gonna be the style of it. I'm gonna try to include clips from the actual anime and make this video nice and pretty for you guys. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk through it, but also show different clips and stuff like that. But let me know down below what you guys feel about the anime. How are you guys reacting to it? What are your favorite moments from it? Where would you give it on a scale of 0 to 10? And would you be likely to recommend it to somebody else? And if you haven't seen it yet, did this video make you want to go check it out? If not, I'm telling you, go watch that thing. It's actually pretty fire. But I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. I'm gonna go ahead and leave for the day. It's me, your boy Sean Spool, Black Avatar, and King Leo, aka the Black Alchemist. What would I want? I probably would want lightning for my hands. This would be another form of Chidori. But I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm going for the day. Peace.